Sup gangsters, back for round 2. Don't normally last that long. Schizo professor. And I think we've got some important groundwork to lay today. I want to go over the dimensions. And why they're important. And you'll figure that out soon. I think we've got it all twisted. And what I talk about in here might not be using complete perfect scientific lingo. Like if I say realm or dimension or whatever, it might not make complete sense if you're looking at it purely through scientific definitions, but if you listen with an open mind, you'll understand the point that I'm trying to relay, and I think that'll suffice. So obviously we sort of understand most of this, but just as a short run through, let's go through it. So 0D is like a finite point in space. It's just like a dot. So let's say you make a square. Even when you're putting a line like this, there's still it's each made up of its own little space, right? Now you don't really need to know any of 0 through 2, but I'm going to explain it regardless. Now 1D is 2 points, which gives you a length. 2D gives you length and width. Then 3D, as we know, gives us volume because it's length, width, and height. Height. Holy shit. Am I retarded? Yes, I am. Ignore that. Okay. So this so far is pretty easy. Everyone sort of knows this. But as I said, you don't really need to know 0, 1, 2. Let's explain 4 and 5D. Because I think that it's pretty simple to explain, but it still might be a little bit out there. So 3D gives us what we are and where we are. You touch something, it's got volume, you can actually touch it. It's physical. It's the physical world. So let's actually write that down. 3D, physical world. So now 4D is what we call space-time. So what that means is, let's say you've got the past, you've got the present, and you've got the future. This line is space-time. Now, what 4D sort of means is that it exists all at once. So think of our lives as like a film for a movie. Now, if you were a double amputee, this would make so much sense. So, in the film, you can only see one frame at a time. But it doesn't mean that the other frames aren't already done, aren't already there, aren't already happening. But for us to perceive it and understand it and play a part in it and witness it, we have to choose one point to be in, which is just what we call the present. But theoretically, this is all still there and at the same time happening. You're just clicking on one frame. So that is 4D. Okay? Now, the fun stuff, 5D. What is after the fourth dimension? Now, let me play into my framework here. It's consciousness. So let's say you have a dude walking his dog. I'm retarded. And then let's say there's a tree, right? Now, what is around this bloke? Now, we can actually see this, right? You can perceive electromagnetic fields around things, and they give off things that we cannot see with our eyes, right? So in our 3D, we see purely the person, the dog, the tree. But in the 5D, the consciousness of it all exists. Consciousness doesn't mean like what we sort of think of as alive. Sorry, is that light shit? That's so much better. Consciousness doesn't necessarily mean alive. It means real. It's there. So we have certain inputs, like if I ask you something, you've got so many answers that you can give me and so many ways you can respond. If I give it to a dog, there's two ways. Do I eat it? Do I shit it? Do I piss on it? So they're what we call lesser conscious. If I give it to a tree, it doesn't do anything, but it's still real, so it has a consciousness. It's just not what we deem as conscious. But those words get a bit fluffy. All I'm getting at is that everything has consciousness, but doesn't mean everything's necessarily alive. But so this world, this 5D world right here, the consciousness, it permeates everything, and we live in it constantly. It's sort of like how we're always in the world of sound, we're always in the world of smell, but we don't see them, and they sort of permeate at the same time. Like, let's say we've got our senses here. And in here is where we exist. So they all sort of acting at the same time. Like, you're not living in the world of smell, and then when you see something, now you're in the world of sight, and now you're in the world of sound. You're in it all at the same time. It's all happening together. It's just you can't necessarily see it. And one thing that's important to remember, so we're actually going to go over this now. So 5D is the consciousness. In my framework, this 5D, like all this aura around people, is the real thing. Who said matter is the building block of the universe? We can't prove it nor deny it, but just hear me out. So, if you were to go up to anyone and show them this and ask how we relate to it, they would usually say, okay, so we're a body, and we are in the now, and we are also conscious. But I think we've got it twisted. I think we're actually getting it backwards. And the reason I say that is I don't think that we are a human having a spiritual experience. I think it makes more sense that we're a spirit having a human experience. Now that sounds sort of retarded, and you might be right. But let's say you've got a dude here. Let's say it's you. And when you say the word I, what are you referencing? It's the only word that the meaning never changes. I. What are we referring to? There's something in here that is I. And certain scientific thinkers will say, I'm a mixture of my senses operating together on external stimuli that elicits a response. That is my I. And I would say, shut the fuck up. So, if we got, let's say, a motherboard, right? And it's got a CPU as a brain. It's got a microphone as ears. Let's say it's got a camera as eyes. And let's say it's got every sense, right? It's got the hand, it's got the nose. What's the other one? Taste. Now, what's the difference between these two? Is this now a human? Would you consider this a person? There's something missing. What is missing? That is the consciousness. There is no I controlling it. It is a matter of sensuous impulses, and I would consider these two very different, even though that first explanation of I'm just the mixture of my senses, why does that relate here? So, if we were let's just put it as a spark, right? If we're this first, then in space-time, we have to choose where to direct our consciousness. So if you're not living in the moment, in the present, how do you feel? Shit. If you direct your consciousness to the future, guess what? You've attained a superpower. It's called anxiety. You send it to the past, what do you get? Depression. But when you're in the now, we all know that these things fade. When you're just like, why is distracting yourself so easy to do? And usually the main thing that people do when they feel either depressed or anxious, they're bringing their consciousness back to the present. The way we are meant to be is consciousness first. We are conscious. We direct our consciousness to where we are now, which is the present. That's just the way that the universe works. We have to be in a place, and wherever we are now is the present. Use the consciousness to come back to the present. If you look at like media and how media portrays this, look at Luffy. He's got to bring his attention towards the fight at hand, otherwise he can't use his observation. Jedis, they have to calm their senses, they have to be in the now, be present, let your emotions fade, and then the Force speaks through you. The Force is just consciousness. So we're a consciousness, we use our consciousness now, because when it's in the present with us, it becomes a tool at our disposal, which is when it enters the physical world. So, we are first consciousness in a time, and then we have a body for our soul to manifest into the world. If you create art, you can elicit responses in other people. If I make a beautiful building, or like, look at the fucking Cologne Cathedral. That is so beautiful. And when you look at it, it makes you feel some type of way. Depending on you, that response might be a bit different, but it elicits a response. That is a consciousness working on you. Your consciousness is getting impressed by the outside world. But so if you think about it, like when an artist paints, right? It is this spark using that person as a proxy to manifest into the world. So if you think of Hunter x Hunter, when Gon and Zepile are at the market and they're looking for things that have Nen left on it. Nen, again, consciousness. People using their consciousness to create things leave a mark on them. And that's when people know that it's special. You hear songs that are like, oh, yeah, that's nothing special. But then you hear something beautiful. It completely moves your body. It makes you feel something that almost can't be explained. It can't be explained because we're looking at it all wrong. So, the fuck does that mean? Let's give the guy a moment and let's say that hypothetically he's right. What does that mean for us? How do we then switch up our lives and do what we should do? How does this help us? So if we're first consciousness, then in space-time, and then in the physical, that means you know that I am more than just my body. There is a soul, there is a being behind it. There's more to life than just the body. It's like, would you go up to your mum and say, yeah, mum, I love you, but you know love is just a chemical, right? Like, I only have a chemical towards you, there's nothing else. No, there's more to it. So, we are consciousness first. Bring your consciousness to now. Do things that get you into the flow state. The flow state is just consciousness working through you. You almost like let go, right? You bring your consciousness to now. Meditation is just bringing consciousness to now. So bring all this energy rather than outwards. Oh, I did it wrong. Rather than doing it all outwards, bring it in. Bring that energy in towards you. Become present. That is when your powers are there. Humans are capable of so much, but what we used to consider as magic is actually just this. It's using our consciousness. So we are conscious. Bring your conscious to where you are now, and then let it manifest into the real world. Let your works be your output. It's the outwards is the reflection of inwards. There's a mirror here. How you are inwards is what gets shown onto the world. When people are dickheads to you, they're probably not too happy on the inside. When people are nice to you, you probably think that's a really good person. It all makes a lot of sense, and to be fair, maybe it just makes sense to me because I'm retarded. Now, I'm not telling you to write off the physical. We still live in the physical right now. But I think there's more to it. That's why the massive question of life is what happens after death. So don't write off the physical, but remember that there's more to it. Work on yourself inwardly, express it outwardly, live your life with consciousness in mind. When you're subconscious, that's when bad things happen. Bad habits. That's you just working subconsciously. Your body's just looking for the next impression onto it. So that's why life was so vibrant and colorful when we were kids. We saw the magic everywhere. And now we're just robots. We're just drones. There's no extra thing to life. Life is just death and taxes. Oh, how fucking fun is that? Shut the fuck up. So apply it or don't. I don't fucking care. Let me know how you go. Peace.